We're going to speak in Spanglish, right?
Lo que sea, lo que sea. Good morning, chef. ¿Cómo está?
Buenos días. ¿Cómo está, Armando?
Hey, man. It's an honor because you my mentor, my brother. Pero if you don't mind, I'll be cooking while I just kind of catch up with you porque tengo hambre. So I'll be making some smoked chicken andouille sausage tacos with some chili oil, Chinese chili oil, because un buen chino siempre tiene el aceite de chile, right?
Claro.
Yeah. So the creator of Nuevo Latino, how is it being coined that, and what have you been up to lately?
Well, it's funny because I'm getting a little bit away from my Latin roots right now, and I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. I'm doing more like Mediterranean style cooking, and I'm making my own pasta. This is the first time I've been making my own pasta. I've been making my own charcuterie, sausages, and
What kind of pastas are you making?
Yeah, 3 pastas on the menu right now. We have a parpadella, a ravioli, and a nudi.
You making it from scratch?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and then we run a pasta special every day.
Okay.
A different pasta special.
What's your favorite pasta to make at home?
My favorite as a dish completely is probably linguine with white clam sauce.
Oh, okay.
Very traditional. You know, white clam sauce, garlic, clams.
How do you make it with wine, right? No cream, but with wine and butter.
Wine, yeah. White wine, the clam juice, obviously, garlic, parsley, classic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Finish with a little Parmesan cheese and maybe a little butter. Butter is not classic, I don't think, but I like to finish it with a little butter.
A lot of that's perfect. Mine is a cacio pepe.
Oh wow, cacio pepe is great. That's an awesome. And how about carbonara?
Oh my God! You know those are.
Oh my God, carbonara is one of the best pastas in the world.
And they're not easy to make, but they're easy to make. You could easily fuck it up too, right? Because you don't. It's too hot.
I think carbonara is probably the least forgiving one. And listen, the simple ones like that, like the cacio de pepe and the carbonara, you need that pasta water. And a lot of home cooks don't realize they need the pasta water to make the sauce.
Chef, check it out. One of the things I love over here at my girlfriend's house is she's got a gas stove so I can char the tortillas.
Oh, you're a lucky man to have a gas stove.
No, in la casa I got electric, so I don't like it. But I don't like tacos when the tortillas aren't charred. They're just warmed up. I like something about that texture, the burnt. It's a flavor.
Yeah, no, it adds another level for sure.
Yeah, and I'm gonna add some.
Look at you, fancy.
Gotta learn from you, and I gotta add some chives from the Arrow Garden. Not the one that Mooney sold us, because that one we donated, right?
I donated it to a next door neighbor.
Yeah, me too. So check it out, Doug. You know, you started cooking for a passion. I know that Julia Childs and the French onion soup inspired you. What was the one thing you look back in your career that put you to the top where you're playing at now? You know, you've wrote books, you're an author, you've had restaurants. You know, what do you look back in your career? What is it, the one characteristic that you credit to helping you achieve that success?
Listen, Armando, you can't put it all on one thing. You know, it's, I'm going to tell you that one common denominator that a lot of people don't believe in. And I strongly believe in fate and luck. And luck is part of the equation. And I don't care. A lot of successful people don't believe in luck. But if you put all the attributes that makes anybody successful and you study that, right? Which is, you know, most successful people write goals daily, write goals weekly, try to accomplish goals. Yeah. A lot of successful people have a routine. They wake up early, they do exercise. And I do all of those things. I do all of the things that, you know, exercise your mind. And I have to, because that's what the part that makes me creative. But I strongly believe that luck is a great part of the equation.
Okay.
Always being passionate about whatever you do um, is very important, and that is contagious. Passion is contagious. You can make other people passionate by feeding off of your passion.
Okay, so give me an example of luck
I
for
don't
you.
know, being at the right place at the right time. Listen, Nuevo Latino was the right place, the right time. Uh, it was just, it was a timing.
Look at
Oye,
that.
qué rico se ve eso.
The eggs are runny, some chives,
Wow.
and the charred tortillas. Anyway, yeah, Nuevo Latino. I get it. Timing.
It's about timing, right? Because Mexican cuisine was very popular, and I had a good stage. I was in New York City. I was on a corner location. I had a Yankee starting team. I had the best people working for me. I had the best front of the house people with sommelier experience, and I was surrounded by, top guys.
Okay, that's good. You had a good team. You're very humble, but your creativity. You were doing things. You weren't just putting mofongo on white linen. You were creating your own Cuban sandwich on sticks. You brought different varieties of ceviches. Was that the creative part, or was that something that you experienced through your travels or
Well,
your quest for flavors?
listen, I think the best compliment that you can give a chef is telling a chef that something that you ate that he created inspired you, right? So I don't straight up grab anything from anybody. I try to get inspired by something I eat or something in my travels, but I don't straight up just grab it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I'm if I'm inspired by something, I'm going to make it my own. I'm going to try to make it my own. Um, and I've always been like that. It's like I said, the French onion soup was the first dish that I wanted to create at home because I liked it so much that I wanted to eat it when I wanted to eat it. Um, but listen, even the very first time I made it, I didn't follow the recipe. I tried to make it my own, and I learned. The first one wasn't that great. The second one was better. Third one was better, and then but that's the way I always was. I always try to make something my own before I learned how to make it the right way,
Who
which
are
is kind
some?
of weird.
No, I got you. Who are some of the cool people you've been able to cook with? Had the honor to cook for?
Listen, Armando, I've been to 32 countries. Uh, Most of them I've gone on some kind of a cooking invitation or some kind of an event. Uh, Listen, I once told a Thai chef that I met the Princess of Thailand, and he didn't believe me. That's like for a Thai person, that's like the biggest honor in the world. And then one day I actually showed him a picture with me and the Princess of Thailand, and I can't remember her name, and I'm sorry for that. But I have a picture that I took with her, um, and the guy couldn't believe it. It was like at that moment the guy uh, treated me differently. It's like it was like
Yeah.
yeah. But
That is,
it was the Princess of Thailand, and I'm sure it was a high honor to meet her. But I've met a lot of people, like that.
no, no, that's cool. And so let's talk about today, the industry with the pandemic and the future of indoor dining. What do you recommend if someone were to succeed? What were some of the adjustments you would make?
Listen, I'm grateful and blessed to be in the position where I am today, to have a job, and be in a place that is just started. Uh, I don't know what can make you successful in the pandemic, but I tell you, I have friends in cities all over the country. Most of them are chefs, restaurant owners, restaurant managers, all over the country, and a lot of them are in bad shape, in very bad shape. Uh, I'm just one of the lucky ones who was able to land on my feet, if you will. But I know people in Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, obviously Miami, who are not doing well.
Got it. Um, so I think that closing down indoor dining back and forth, that's definitely taking a toll. What about this new fast casual re-concept model? Do you think there's any opportunity in that?
Well, listen, I do know that because of COVID, and things are going to be like that permanently, are the code scanned menus. So I think the future of reading a menu is going to be on your iPhone. I don't believe you're going to see printed menus anywhere anymore.
Yeah,
People are going to download the menus and look at it on their phone. Uh, and I do believe that fast casual is, without a doubt, uh, but good high end dining in a fast casual environment, with great flavors and great food is the future. Eliminating a lot of service and cost at that end, where you can deliver a very tasty meal uh, in that environment, in a fast casual environment, without a server, without a hostess, without entertainment, without music, without fancy drinks or uh, whatever it is. I think
yeah,
that is the future of.
absolutely. So let's have some fun things. What are your pet peeves about the business when someone eats at your restaurant? When you see people eating at other restaurants, what's your pet peeve?
Um, I don't have pet peeves. I don't know. Sometimes I get like a smarty pants service from a server that thinks he knows a lot. I think that kind of bothers me, like one of those servers that um I don't know. There
Yeah,
really nothing really bothers me. But I will tell you that in my career, the people who have taught me the most are difficult customers, customers who have a high expectation, uh, guests that that give you feedback, critical feedback that is made me better every time I get
yeah,
feedback from a difficult guest.
got it.
Uh,
No, that makes sense.
yeah.
What
So
what bothers you
I
about?
like I like I like reacting with difficult guests, guests who are unsatisfied, and I'd like to find out, what it is that I could do to change that. And a lot of times, turning the guest around and turning their opinion around, making them come back, uh, is a big reward. Big.
Yeah, what was your favorite dish at Patria?
Um, it's funny. I can't think of a favorite dish, but I'm going to tell you a popular dish that's haunting me till today. The dish has been around for 22 or 23 years. Is the chocolate cigar,
Yeah,
and it's listen. They want me to put it on the menu here at Florfina. The manager of the hotel, Ybor City is uh, about the history of the cigar, the history
yeah,
of the tobacco. This is where it all started, and they think it's appropriate. They want me to put it on the menu somehow, but I'm trying to reinvent it. Right, I'm trying to make it different and make it new and make it fun. We have the vessel. They printed an ashtray that says the name of the hotel. Blah blah blah. Um, I wouldn't say it was one of my favorite dishes, but it's a dish that haunts you. Right, it's been around so many years.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, very few can execute it, but a lot intent. I see it out there on social. Your favorite dish at Chicama?
so listen,
I'm
you
taking you down
know this.
memory lane.
You know that ceviche is my favorite thing to eat, and I eat ceviche 4 or 5 times a week. It's my favorite. I love raw fish. I love ceviche. I love seafood, um, and it's my favorite dish because it's high in protein, low in fat, no carbs, really, uh, and it fills you up, and it's always fresh. And I just love ceviche. I'm very passionate about it.
Got it. So that's an easy call.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's an easy call.
D Rodriguez Cuba.
What was my favorite dish there?
Yeah.
The oxtail in the can. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Jesus. Just when I think I can cook, I remember you do things and I'm like, Why did I even try it? Yeah. Um,
Well, I'm going to tell you how that dish came along. I had a celebrity guest that used to come in for dinner all the time. Uh, his name is Raúl de Molina. He has a
yeah.
TV show
Gordo y la flaca.
on Gordo en la Flaca, right? He's a Gordo. And I had oxtail on the menu, and he says to me one day, and he came in for it all the time. He says, "You should put this in a can and sell it in the supermarket." He used to say it to me all the time. And one day he came in with, he's a wine connoisseur and has his own collection of wines. And every time he came to dinner, he came with very expensive bottles of wine. I mean, he brought in bottles of wine that were over $100 every time he came in. So that night, I had a few glasses of wine with him, and he said it again. You should put this in a can. And I was a little drunk and made a drunk purchase on the internet for a canner to buy a canner, and it nearly got me a divorce because the canner was $500. And when I ordered it online with the company credit card, I put the company in a negative situation in the bank account
Hmm.
right after that drunk purchase of that canning machine. And my wife is the accountant, and she almost had a heart attack. But um, the next time Raul de Molina came in, I had the oxtail in a can with a label with his picture on the back and the logo of the restaurant. And it stayed on the menu after that for many years.
You have to send me a picture of that if you find it, because I think that's badass, man. Good memories.
Yeah,
Douglas, did you vote in this year's election?
I did.
Yeah. How do you feel? Not your beliefs, the division, the extremes, I guess, in society, and it's. I always say that it's good. It's good to learn from the division on how to learn how to get along because and understand. Like I don't like to be convinced of other people's political views, but I certainly like to understand people's reactions. My mother, came from Nicaragua against her will in the '80s, so she's gonna think a certain way. It's very similar to the Cubans, in Miami that fled from Cuba, and the ones that were born here. And I'm always thinking about putting the word out there that let's not just be so critical. Let's understand each other porque todos somos Latinos, and thoughts on that?
Armando, I'd like to keep my political views out of this whole thing.
Got it.
Yeah, I I am a product of immigrants, just like you. They came here and struggled, and you know, I have the same problems a lot of families have on the holidays with people with different political views,
Yeah.
and it seems like you're right. It's getting more and more divided, and hopefully things will change.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So let's do this. Person dead or alive that you'd love to have dinner with, who would it be? And a
Dead or
conversation.
alive?
Uh-huh.
Dead or alive?
Yep.
Escoffier.
Who?
Escoffier, the father of French cuisine.
Oh wow. And what would you cook for him if you're gonna have a conversation?
Oh my God. Papi, I'll make ceviche for him, bro.
There you go. That's badass. That's badass.
I'll make ceviche. What am I going to make?
Yep, yep. So would ceviche be your last meal on this earth?
Listen, my last meal on this earth would be a prime uh, ribeye steak aged and a bowl of vanilla ice cream.
Ooh, I
That's
love
it. A steak.
it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget French fries?
Oh, French fry
Yeah,
steak and a vanilla ice cream. Okay.
that's it.
Now,
I'm simple with that.
the ceviche you eat 4 to 5 times a week because you're my mentor and influenced me a lot. What is your typical ceviche that you eat at home that you make? Because obviously at home you don't have the kitchen resources. So what do you make at home? The ceviche.
Armando, buying fish over the years has gotten easier and easier to get good quality fish. But a lot of times when I prepare ceviche at home, I use frozen fish
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times those fish, like at Costco and stuff like that, where you buy in portions, are individually portioned and they're frozen usually on the fishing boats.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times those fish could be fresher than, uh, and avoid a lot of the hassle, makes it easier to cut for ceviche. a semi-frozen piece of fish is a lot easier to cut than a soft piece of fish.
Yeah. Which fish do you use for your ceviche?
My favorite fish for ceviche would be hamachi. Very difficult to find.
Yeah.
Uh, but a fatty fish, any fatty fish, salmon is one of my favorite fish
Okay.
for ceviche. Tuna. Um, Listen, the most traditional ceviche fish that exists, there's a reason for it because it's the perfect fish for ceviche is corvina.
Hmm.
Uh, Corvina is hard to beat, but any fatty fish, I like mackerel, but it has to be freshly caught.
So what type?
Kingfish.
So that's the fish. But what kind of ceviche? You put lime? Do you do the Ecuadorian with the tomato ketchup or?
Well, with usually with the fattier fish, you want to keep them the flavors simple and clean. Um, yeah, those other sauces like that, I think, are more appropriate for seafood ceviches. But typically, when you're using those kind of fish, and those are more like tiradito style ceviches, you try to keep them as pure as possible
Got it.
with the lime juice, the chili, those type of things, the herbs, and
Do you?
try to keep it as traditional as possible.
Yeah. Last question on Netflix. Because of the pandemic, you're probably at home more. Do you watch any food documentaries?
I've seen them all.
Did you see
I've
the?
seen them all of them, all of them.
Did you see the Andre Chang one, the olive tree one?
So which one?
Andre and his olive tree.
No.
Andre Chang. You gotta watch that one. But anyways, you've seen them all.
Well,
Which is
what's that on?
Netflix.
And it's called Just Like That Olive Tree.
No, Andre and his olive tree.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it. And
Yeah,
it's
watch
what is it? Tell me what it.
It's basically the only Chinese chef to ever make, two Michelin, be the number 2 restaurant in the world. It was in France. He closed it. But I liked it because it was not just about the food, but it was his search for perfection and balance, and discipline that got him up there. So you'll like it because he was influenced by the French brothers. I don't know their names off the top of my head.
The
But,
Roux brothers. The Roux.
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
Roux brothers.
Exactly. So, which is the favorite? Which are some of the cool ones I should watch on Netflix that you watch?
I've watched them all. Chef, what's it called? Chef. The chef one. The chef biography. What's it called? Oh my God, the one that travels all over the world with different chefs.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh my God, that one's amazing.
So
every episode.
After so many
Chef's Table, no? Chef's Table?
Chef's Table.
I love that one.
After so many years, you still love cooking, huh?
That's all I do.
Yeah.
That's all I do.
I can see.
That's my favorite part. Listen, I'm lying. I don't know if my favorite part is cooking or eating, but I equally enjoy eating as well.
Yeah, no, I see the smile you light up, or even when you tell me, hey, send me a picture of what you're making, and that's the thing about you. You, like the other day, you did a tiramisu crepe, right?
Crepe cake.
And that it just
I put it on them, but I was inspired by a picture of Pichedong, my friend.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I love how something inspires you, and you're automatically thinking not just it's delicious, but it inspires you to make something. And that's one thing about you, man. I've realized that at the end of the day, everything, all the accolades you've achieved, you're still the passionate cook, and that's awesome. Given what you
listen, when I lose the passion, that's when I'll retire. But I'm very, very passionate about cooking.
Well, I lied. Last question. What's the goal in the 3 years for Douglas Rodriguez?
You know what? I don't want to jinx my goal. And
yeah.
Whenever I tell anybody one of my goals,
you said that before.
You said that before. I don't talk about those are things I keep to myself. Mm-hmm. But there's many goals, many ones.
Well, I'll say this.
I'll tell you one of my goals, and you are my mentor for this. I would like to increase my popularity on social media.
Yep. Grow your brand.
Yeah, I want to grow that. Well, that's one of my big goals.
We're going to make that happen for being on this show, because that's what we're going to do. That's the future of this post-pandemic, this new efficiency is growing our brand, growing your voice, sharing it with the world, because it gives you more access to learning, more access to the people that inspire us or impact us, I will say this, your vast experience, I can't wait to the next time we take a food expedition and just go to a different country. You know, like you said, your favorite restaurant in Argentina. Doing some simple inventar para resolver in Cuba, or maybe take you to Nicaragua and see what we do over there with the subtle ingredients. You know, because here in the States we have access to any ingredient we want, and that's one thing.
Right. All year round.
All year round.
All year round.
And when you go to another country, you actually appreciate it more. I mean, just, you know, so that's what I look forward to. But yeah, growing your brand, getting you access to more people to touch and to inspire you and them is our goal here. But thank you for joining me on this this show and connecting.
Thank you for having me. It was my pleasure.
You look good, bro. You look good. Now I know the secret. Ceviche 3-4 times a week.
So
all
listen,
right,
when I eat ceviche at work, my wife will call and she'll ask me, "Hey, Doug, what'd you have for dinner?" If I say ceviche, she's always sleeping when I get home.
That's the D-Rod. Como? All right, my brother. Be good, bro. Thank you.
Have a good day. Thank you, Armando.